Dell's makeover of the Inspiron series of laptops continues. We showed you the Dell Inspiron 15 7000 machine some time back. This one is the Dell Inspiron 11, and the uncanny resemblance to the XPS series of Ultrabooks is very much there, and a good thing. On the lid, it's the silver grey finish with a very soft feel to it, all matte throughout, no chances of scratches or dust sticking to it. Open it up. The keyboard deck has a matte black finish. Again, will not catch scratches, and we can't find dust sticking to it either. Very good thing. The bezel around the screen slightly glossy, but that's something you can easily manage with a piece of cloth. The port placement is fairly conventional. You have a USB port, your Ethernet port, and a memory card reader on this side. And you have two USB ports and an HDMI out along with the 3.5mm jack on this side. Turn the machine over. The lid silver finish comes here as well, though not as darkish as this one. There's a very slight color difference, if you can notice that in the video. This is your main intake and outtake cooling vent, partly for intake, partly for throwing the air back out. The two speakers are placed on this side. Though they're adequately powerful enough for use as a laptop, they are not in a league of, let's say, some of the higher powered Dell machines that probably pack in better speakers. In terms of the specs, this has the Celeron 2955U processor. The U basically means it's an ultra low voltage processor. The interesting thing is this is now on the Haswell 22NM architecture. The separate chip on the board for peripheral interface has been moved onto the main processor. In theory, this would technically increase the power consumption, but that's been reduced to 15 TDP by reducing the clock speed here to 1.4 GHz. This equivalent in Ivy Bridge would clock at 1.8 GHz. There's 2 gigs of RAM, a 64-bit operating system, so in case you want to upgrade the RAM to 4 gigs or 8 gigs, this will handle that very easily. In terms of performance, as your primary machine for a typical day at work or basic tasks at home like web browsing, watching a movie, listening to music, this machine will do very well. There's absolutely no problems in that regard. The problem comes when you want to multitask. So if you have, let's say, a Chrome browser open with, let's say, 10 tabs, that's when the machine starts to become a little slow. But then that's expected from a machine that's not meant for multitasking anyway. Not meant for gaming at all. It's got the integrated graphics, so that's pretty much out of the question. A 500 gig hard drive is there for your storage needs. Let me talk about the critical aspect of the keyboard. This is a much better keyboard than what the previous generation of the Inspirons had. And incidentally, the smaller keys now are the better successor to the wider keys that Dell basically dabbled with for a while. It takes some getting used to the smaller footprint here because you have less palm rest area when you're typing. But once you do, it's a very, very precise keyboard. The display is the 11.6-inch 1366x768 pixel screen. Slightly reflective, but once you turn up the brightness beyond 50%, that is taken care of fairly well. Good colors, good text crispness. I mean, this is a display which will be fairly comfortable to use. In the end, the big question is, who is this machine meant for? At 39K, you are paying a slight premium for all the classy build quality and the redesigned look. Essentially, this machine is meant for somebody who needs a laptop that will last him probably, let's say, 6 hours on the same battery on a single charge of battery. Is light and easy to carry around. This machine ticks all those boxes. It's a simple machine, not meant for heavy multitasking, will get your basic work done very, very easily, good battery life, easy to carry around. If that's what you need, this is a machine you should consider among all the 11-inch versions that are currently quite a fashion in the computer world.